Wake up feeling blessed up, pistol on that dresser. Ain't afraid to show it, I'll expose it if I dress up. Riding in that tester, roasted nigga ketchup. Sipping on that Sevra, till I messed up.
Welcome everybody to Man the Fuck Up. My name is Eloge Christian, your boy. You can follow me exactly at the real Man the Fuck Up. Today we're going to talk about age of spin. Now what exactly does that mean? Alright. If you remember carefully in the last two episodes and into my intro, I spoke to you guys about the fact that today's world, we turn to accept a lot of things. Now, how do we accept these things? In the media and everything that happens and everybody that speaks about it, there's something called a spin to it, right? Now, as humans and the way our minds work is that if I can spin something according to what you think to be normal, we tend to accept, and that is what has happened to all of us. Right? I'm going to give you an analogy that I heard this morning. This morning, as I was listening to my pastor preaching, Stephen Furtick at Elevation Church, I learned something that he used as an analogy. We all know it actually. The old frog boiling in the pot trick. Alright? They said, how do you boil a frog? You don't just throw him in the water, in the boiling water. You have to put him in cold water and gradually increase the heat, and then he won't know he's being boiled. And that's exactly what the fuck they've been doing to us. We're being boiled, guys, in case you didn't know. Bit by bit, slowly but surely, we're getting cooked and we don't even know. So today we're going to man the fuck up, and I'm going to show you examples of how we have been spun into believing and accepting shit that is not normal. Alright, we've already covered the gays and lesbians and bisexuals and transvestites, so we're not going to cover that today. Right? We've covered as well the ideology of how the world is making us look like idiots. Your Donald Trumps, your African presidents, the Africa as a continent. Now I'm going to give you one that you guys have been waiting for. It's actually a very fun topic, so you guys will actually laugh about this. The first one's easy one. We see it on TV every single day. Now you heard me before talking about gold diggers, slave queens, gigolos, whether you're male or female, if you fall within that category of using another person for money, you'll have a title in this world. So whether on this side I'll be the sponsor to the girl or the girl's the sponsor to me, etc, etc, etc. First one that they've made seem normal, that we've all seen, of course, is the reality shows. Guys, trust me, this script was written by itself. I didn't even have to try. In actual fact, my girl was like, your topics are so easy to talk about, anyone can talk about them. And it's true. Guys, we need to man the fuck up. Let me show you for example. Real House of Atlanta, Platinum Lifestyle, Nairobi Diaries. Do I need to go on? There's so many out there. Basketball Wives, the real life of this person, into the life of Chloe, into this. Guys, we've made it okay. They've spun us the idea that a normal human being can say, listen, I don't want to work. I'm going to get married to a rich guy and be lazy for the rest of my life, and I'm going to title the show. Those are the things that I'm talking about. Those are the spin that I have thrown in your faces. Where we grew up believing our mothers being housewives was a respectable thing. Where she was in love with her husband and she wanted to care for her husband. We didn't look down on her and say she was incapable. I saw my mother as a superhero. And my mother raised me as a single woman. Okay? So I don't understand where the fuck these people come from thinking that it's okay to have that lifestyle with having the privilege behind it. My mother was a working woman, hard working woman, but she was there. She made dinner every night. She'd make sure I was dressed. She made sure I went to school. I turned out to be a pretty good guy. I don't see the problem with it. So what gives the right to these real house of whatever, giving that message to girls today in saying that's okay? And we, as a nation, we keep on saying, oh no, we discriminate them. We speak about these people, but we are on the couch watching their shows every single day, supporting them, giving them ratings, following them on Facebook, Instagram. What the fuck are you doing? How do you expect to change something if you only speak about it to someone else but do nothing about it when it comes into your life? It makes no sense. What are you saying? So you're saying that you're okay as long as it doesn't affect you personally, but then it can carry on when it affects another person. I'll give you an example. Now I'm a person who's dated many women in his life. And I've dated all kinds of them. From gold diggers to rich women, poor women, whatever you want to call them, I've dated them, right? experience was very short because I only started dating at a very late stage in my life. So I thought I had a lot of catching up to do. So in that interim, I had piles and piles of knowledge that hit me that I arrived. A gold digger once told me that I shouldn't be very honest about my past to my partner because it gives them that ammunition to use against me should something go wrong. Now, had she stopped there, that would have been perfect. I've been like, you know what, that's good advice. Maybe not tell the truth up front. Okay, fine. I'm not agreeing with the whole truth, but I still say I understand where she's come from. Then she took it further and said, of the people I've hurt, I should then call those people, those girls, to say sorry to them for misleading them in wanting to be in a relationship with me. That's where I got mad. I was like, this bitch has got an issue. And she got some nerve. I asked her a simple question. How many mothers did you call of the marriages you ruined because the mother didn't know where her husband was every night because he was busy spending his hard-earned money on you? How many of them did you call? Did you apologize for ruining, tearing apart their relationship? Now guys, you gotta understand, the reason I feel strongly about this point is for the simple reason that my dad walked out on my mother. I was 3 years old. I knew nothing. I had to fend for myself, I had to fight, I had to understand what my mother was going through. So this topic is very close to me, the fact that we've spun and made it a lifestyle for women and men to be okay with just being lazy. Because that's what you are. You are lazy. You're not manning the fuck up. Okay? Being a slave queen, being a gold digger, being a gigolo, you are fucking up the society of everybody else who's working hard. And here's a positive side to you guys, gigolos and slave queens and so forth. Real housewives, the ones who are living the life and dissing everybody else. Listen, if you're gonna do that, do it, but don't discriminate a person who's working hard. Because I am tired of seeing you motherfuckers who are not willing to man up, diss a person who works every day and want them to take the easy route like you have. Please, own your shit and let other people own their shit. So, the next one that I'm talking about and the age of spin, alright guys, is this whole benchmark. Where we keep benchmarking ourselves to something else. What is your own goal? What are you after in this world? Why is that your comparison to success is always versus someone else's? Why are you not focused on yourself? Whoever told you you were not enough? Whoever made you feel that way, that now you feel you need to get to that level in order for you to be someone else? I'll tell you where it's coming from. Again, society and media, real housewives, real husbands, Nairobi diaries, all the shit that you've invested your shit in, that is where you get that ideology from. Because someone has painted an image, lying to you that what you have is not enough, that you cannot do enough with what you have. Guys, let me tell you something. You don't need money in your account to change someone else's life. You don't need anything, any form of materialistic thing. You don't need to look a certain way. All you need to do is say the right things. You need to motivate people the right way. You need to guide people the right way. Be strong to say this is wrong, that is not right. That is the reason why we've allowed gays and bisexual and lesbianity and so forth and so on into our community, and we are legalizing it because we don't know how to handle the situation. We don't know how to say, no, this is wrong. We don't know how to draw the line. So we're spinning everything to make it comfortable for us, to make us better, to make us feel better. Do you want a hug? Because this show is not going to give you a hug, it's to wake you the fuck up. You need to man the fuck up. Stop accepting all the spinning that has been happening around everything that is wrong. And how can I not treat you differently? How can I not? Let me give you guys an example of what you guys are basically saying when we treat other people differently. This is basically what you're saying. Today I drive a City Golf. For those who know, it's a very small little car that costs nothing. I drive a City Golf everywhere I go. 5 years from now, I do well in my life and I pull up in a Ferrari. Tell me you're not going to treat me differently, or see me differently, or speak to me differently. So how the hell can you tell me I'm supposed to accept someone I've known as Brian my whole life, and then not treat them differently when their name is Brianna? Tell me, how can I not treat someone who I grew up respecting herself and her body, and today she's going out with men twice her age, and I'm not supposed to treat her, I'm supposed to just accept the decisions that she's made? Does that make ideological, any form of logical sense to any of you? You want to judge people. You want to always say people are offensive and they don't want to accept the way the world changes. Yes, the world does change. The world does change. Nobody is disagreeing with the fact that the world changes. But the fact is we are the part that influences that change. That is the fact that you guys all forget. We are the part that influence that change. And until we can change that mentality into our heads, then we can control the narrative of everything else that happens after. That is how we live. That is how we change the world. That's how we make it a better place, because when we realize we hold that power, nobody else controls it for us, then we can change it. You cannot keep on living there, sitting on your couch and accepting these things and saying, well, that's how it is. No, it's not how it is. It's how you want it to be. And because you're too lazy and don't want to get the fuck up off your ass and man up, that's what's going to happen. Stop benchmarking your life to someone else's. You were given a skill, a talent, and you are going to develop it to turn it, to contribute to something. Stop doing things because everybody else is doing it. Stop following everybody. What's the old age saying? If you stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Well, guess what? We've all fallen. And you hear me in this, I keep saying we, because I myself included fell into this trap where I believed that this is what change is. And I forgot the part that I influenced. We all need to stand up for something, even if it's the minimalist of things, guys. You don't need to be a great person. You don't need to come up with a great idea. Just discover who you are and what you can do. And trust me, that change is enough for you to say no to things that don't make sense. So, we move on to the next age of spin. Now take a deep breath, because this one's a bit scary. Men and women. Oh my God. Woo! I don't even know where to start, guys. I really don't. This subject of men and women is almost as taboo as slavery. That's where we are now. We've been caught up to fighting now the opposite sex. We've been caught up to fight a person the same race as me, black and black, but because I come from DRC and that person comes from Malawi, we call it xenophobia. We are in an age where we're so fearful of fighting the real problems, so we fight each other with shit that don't exist. Since when, or at what point, was a man and a woman in a competition to being better than the other one? I grew up understanding a woman made a man better. Not saying he was not good, but she brought out the best in him. Personally speaking, my woman brings out the best in me. So I don't understand at what point we began to compete with each other. Now, a lot of you are going to butt heads with me about this. And like I said, I'm not here to make you feel better. I'm not here to give you a hug. I'm here for you to man the fuck up, to open your eyes on things that are spinning out of control because everybody else wants to make you feel better. Now listen, like I said before, this is almost as taboo as slavery. But let me be very, very clear. That is something we are never going to talk about because there is no degree of comparison to slavery. Okay? So, men and women. Number one, there is no need to spin this shit to us, guys. We are not in competition. A woman is just as important as a man. The reality of this whole thing is that there are things that women are brilliant at and there are things that men are brilliant at. And none can clash. Stop this shit where you're making us compete with each other for the same shit. I want to ask a serious question. Why are all these women who are going about women equality are only going for the equality that matters to them and not to everyone else? I'll give you why this is an issue. Because it is the same thing that gives birth to these people who complain about equal rights in things that you cannot have equality to. A man is created different to a woman, such as a woman is created differently to a man. That's just factor, guys. It is not sexism, it is not discrimination to another person. Do I think the world is fucked up and corrupt? Of course I do, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. Of course it is. But that's the whole point of this, so that I can wake you guys up to man the fuck up, to realize the shit that is wrong with it, and stop putting your energies in things that don't count. I'm not going to apply for a job and complain I didn't get it because they gave it to a woman. Seriously, that shit doesn't matter. Are you skilled as a woman? Are you skilled as a man? Can you do something in that department that the other person cannot do? Then prove that. Stop saying you're not getting it because you're a man or a woman. Stop that shit, especially women. You need to stop that stuff. Man the fuck up, you're skilled, you're powerful, you're in charge. If you can go and date a guy who's twice your age, then you can fucking settle the fucking fact that you are not good enough for a position and not saying because I'm a woman. Stop that shit. Stop letting the world feel pity for yourselves. You are just as strong. My mother is a strong ass black woman. And I have never heard her be sexist about shit before in her life. My mama used to tell me she used to hate insurance that only pushes women forward. What are you doing? You're creating a problem that isn't there. That is a problem with us, and I come back to my point. We're so focused on dealing on things that don't matter instead of focusing our energies on things that matter. Taking our time and resources to focus on the things that we can actually change as people with the skills that we have, and stop worrying about the fact that, oh, Nairobi in the freaking cabinet is 9 men and 1 woman. So what? So what? What do you think? More women are going to change something? Is that your ideology? Is that your thinking? If I gave you the power today as a woman, would you be able to change something in that cabinet? No, you wouldn't. It takes time, it takes years, it takes practice. Stop complaining about shit that don't need to be changed. Nobody's competing with you. Nobody's saying you're inferior. Nobody's saying anything. Men and women, both of us. Let us stop this war that we've begun. The same thing goes to this thing we've called xenophobia. Okay, it is an indirect racism to ourselves. The very things that we fought about to eradicate, and now we're fighting against each other just because a person is from a different country. Come on, guys. Where the hell are all the people? What are you doing? You're dividing us without even knowing it and putting a spin to it. What do we call it? We call it what? Reverse psychology? That's exactly what we're doing. Stop it. We're being boiled. Like I said to the beginning of this, okay, we have frogs being boiled slowly with the heat turning up, and someone else is controlling that nozzle. And every day we wake up and we wake up to the same shit. Stop competing with each other. We are not equal in any form, manner, or way. We are not. We are not. It's a fact. It is a fact. It is not me guessing. It is a fact. Because if we were equal, domestic violence wouldn't exist. There wouldn't be rights for women and children. Because, and that's another thing I don't understand. Right? Let's save the women and children first. So the men, what? We don't matter. We don't care. We must die somewhere on the ship. Why? Why don't women go there? No, equality. Hey, stop it. It's all of us. We are a family. Why don't they stop then? Why is it all of a sudden women and children? We're not equal. It's a fact. We're not lying. It's not somebody guessing at it. It's a fact. So deal with the facts. Identify the problems. Don't say, oh no, all the top positions are going to the men. Okay, let's take those women who want to be in those top positions. Why are they not fighting for the guys in the mines? Why are they not wanting those jobs in the mines? Why do they only want the top positions? And if it's such an inequality, why is it still seen that a man must open the door for you, be chivalrous to you? Why must that still exist if equality exists? Why don't you come pick me up? Why don't you open my door? Why don't you pick up the bill? Oh no, then it makes me a lazy man, a man who's inconsiderate. Oh, then it makes me a man who just doesn't care. All of a sudden I must be a man. Like I said, if you're going to fight about something, be prepared for the consequences that come with it. Don't just fight for something and then not be prepared for the consequences and not want the consequences that come with it. Being something or being someone has their consequences. We need to accept what those consequences are so we can then make it better. Because I've accepted the consequences of saying the things that I'm saying to you right now. Because these are my opinions. Because I'm sick and tired of people making excuses and then justifying them with their gender or their race or their sexual orientation. No, bullshit, guys. Don't hide behind something to justify what you're doing. You've done something wrong, you've done something wrong. Easy, simple, let's move on, let's fix it. That's how we change. So in closing, keeping in mind of everything that I've said to you, all right, about the age of spin, look at it every day, in your workplace, in your gyms, in your schools, in everything that you do. Look around you and you will understand that once we can get rid of that, once we can take away that power that we've given them to influence our change in accepting things that are not normal, then and only then, when we have that power, we can then justify the narrative. We can take control of the narrative and we can lead it in a direction where we feel is right. Don't be afraid, guys. You need to man the fuck up. Understand this and take it with you. If you can ignore everything else I've said, but try and see those things around you. Okay, that's me, Eloge Christian, your boy. Don't forget to like, follow, and share my video. Subscribe to my page. And you can follow me at The Real Man _the fuck up on Instagram. Comments there. I've already started my page. I'm already talking. I'm already doing a few previews of my topics, etc. of what will come up next. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
We fuck bitches get paper. We fuck niggas on papers. We walk around with lasers. You probably own some tasers.